Hi, welcome back to Two Moms, Too Much Coffee. This is Tempestt.
Hey guys, it's Jhshell.
Jhshell, how was your week?
My week's good. I mean, I'm a little sad. It's my last full week with Naya. That sounds like weird, but like my last week being like full-time mommy, because I go back to work on Monday and I'm so sad. So I spent this whole week just like snuggling her way more and probably like giving her way more contact naps than I have been.
Hey, that's great.
Um, what?
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
apps are good for both you guys.
Yes, and she loved it and I loved it and it was good. So it was a good snuggle week, but also a bittersweet week. I do feel like work will allow me to get it back into my independence a little bit, but it's still like that mom guilt of being a little bit sad about it. Hey Sequoia, hey girl.
Never
But my
wants to be
husband
not
starts his
included.
leave. What'd you say?
That she never wants to not be included.
She was like, "You guys started? Wait,
Right.
wait." But yeah, my husband starts his leave today. Again, it's the second part of his leave. So he'll be on leave for 4 weeks. So I work from home. So I'll still be seeing her, but just not as much throughout the
Yeah.
day.
Actually, what are your plans with that? Are you gonna be like breastfeeding while home, or is he gonna be giving bottles and you're just gonna be working without?
Yeah, we're still kind of like digging into that. Jumping back into work, I won't be in like full client meeting mode, so I'll be able to breastfeed. And then if I am on any meetings, then we'll just have bottles prepared. So probably just a little bit of both because I don't want to go full on bottle yet. But we do have to start like really transitioning to more bottles just because she'll be going to daycare and I won't be there with her. So yeah, kind of a little bit of both right now though. So
Nice. Well,
how did you do that when Abel went to daycare? Did you like just was he already doing more bottles, so it wasn't that hard to transition him anyway?
so Abel had a nanny
Oh,
for the first for the first. I think she started at 5.5 months. So because I
okay.
had 6 maternity leave, so she started at 5.5 months until a year, and so Abel didn't go to daycare until a year,
Okay.
and at that point they didn't do bottles with 1 year
Mhm.
olds. So
Yeah.
everybody was on a sippy cup.
Yeah.
So luckily I didn't have to deal with that as I'm currently dealing with Miss Sequoia, who does not want to take a bottle.
Uh, is that how
Yeah.
your week's been going?
Yeah. The weird thing is like she did take a bottle.
Mhm.
I've gone out a couple of times and she did take a bottle, but apparently, which they did not let me know. I think they're trying to make me not feel so guilty. Um, that she was not actually taking the bottle very well. Like she was crying while she was doing it.
Ah.
And so yeah, so I found that out and now I'm realizing that she won't even latch to bottles or to the nipples at all. And well, it's okay right now because like I'm home with her and I
Mhm.
don't have to go um I don't necessarily have to be away from her until I go to a concert in June.
Okay.
Um, so I'm hoping that she can do bottles by then. She'll be 5 months, almost 5 months then. And so I've been looking up online, like when's the earliest you could do a sippy cup, just in case she
Mhm.
just never learns to latch on bottles. And I actually didn't know that like there is like a sucking reflex
Mhm.
that goes away at 6 weeks. That if they're not used to bottles by 6 weeks, then they have to basically learn how to use a bottle and not it's not
Yeah.
like inherent to them
I
to
didn't know
suck
that
on.
either.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of research this week because I'm like, what is happening? And so apparently, you should be doing at least a bottle a day,
Mm.
even if it's just like an ounce or half an ounce, just to make sure that they know how to how to utilize a bottle. And so here I am,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Wow, I did not know that. I guess because we wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Naya having higher levels of bilirubin where we had to like give her that supplement. It was like I don't even know, 15 million. I don't remember what it was. After each feed, I wouldn't have given her that bottle before 6 weeks. It was literally because of that. So that's good to know because she would have just been bottle free. And now she only gets bottles like, if I'm out of the house and things like that. But that's interesting. So what have you been doing like to get her going?
Um, well, I've been on TikTok University
Mm.
and trying to figure out absolutely every like option of trying to see how to introduce the bottle appropriately. And basically, I've started with just trying to utilize the bottle nipple as a pacifier. Uh,
Mm.
Looked to see like which are the best bottle nipples for breastfed babies. I have at this point, I think I've purchased like 6 different types of bottles, but I've only tried 2 with her that I'm like consistently trying with her. And one is the one that she had already been utilizing. So I'm like, you've latched to this before, so let's keep trying. And then the other one is the Pigeon, which I had not heard of before, but one of the lactation consultants on TikTok, she really suggested that one for breastfed babies. So
Yep.
it is more expensive, which is really frustrating. I think it was like $30. Oh, it was glass too, but
Okay.
it was $30 for 2 glass bottles. I'm like,
Oh,
the other ones were like $15 for like 4
yeah.
bottles, but they were plastic. And so I would have switched to a glass anyway.
Yeah.
But certainly it's frustrating in a way that I didn't realize because now I'm like, how can I leave the house?" you know.
Hmm. So like
Uh,
your anxiety is building because you're
exactly,
just like
exactly.
fearful of what's to come, even though we haven't given up yet. So, oh, that's hard. That another an expectation of motherhood.
I know. It's like something I really did not anticipate. I'm like, well, babies latch to bottles. There should be no issue. You just got to keep trying. In the way that she's just like playing with her tongue with the nipple. I mean, at least she's not crying with the nipple. Let's
Yeah.
actually that because apparently some babies are like, get that out of my mouth. But she's just like playing around with it in her mouth. Just like,
She's like, this is not real. So
yeah,
this is a game.
exactly.
This is fun.
Yes.
That's funny.
But I did actually, so I've actually been waiting to talk to you about this for the podcast because it's the Netflix documentary. It's called Bad Influence, the kid
Hmm.
influencing documentary. My goodness. I I've watched the like mom influencer type documentaries. I can't remember what the names of them are, but I watched 2 of those. And then now I'm watching this kid influencer one. And it is a world I didn't know existed. I
Same.
did not know it existed.
Yeah. I'm on episode 2 out of 3
Yeah.
and I haven't even finished it yet. And I didn't know like even like the history behind it, like when it started. Like I thought COVID is what started like influencing, but I didn't know it was a whole thing before where children were literally having these whole YouTube lives and making bank, but that their parents were literally like their momagers in a
Yeah.
sense, right? I don't know,
Yes.
it's crazy.
I just can't get over how many followers these kids have. I looked up the main girl they're talking about. I think her name is Piper.
Mm-hmm.
No. Is it Piper?
Yeah, Piper.
I'm getting White Lotus and
Oh.
and the kid influences as a Piper on White Lotus. But so her name's Piper and she's got 15 million followers on TikTok. How do you have 15 million followers and I have never heard of you before? Like, I'm
Never.
chronically online and I've never heard of this kid influencer and she's 17. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's why I've never heard of her. Why would I know a 17-year-old influencer? But it is a whole world out there. That's terrifying, really. Like, I can't, the way that this mom of hers has like set up her to be like super sexualized by these
Mm-hmm.
whoever's online is disgusting.
Yeah.
I cannot, I cannot believe it. And how much they have these children, like 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
working to make these YouTube videos and putting them in positions that you would just never expect to have these kids in, where they're apparently like doing like a crush video, like, here's my crush,
Yes.
watch our first kiss,
Yes. Oh.
things like that, where I'm just like, I'm so uncomfortable. Why is this industry not regulated? And there was one portion where one of the, I don't know, talking heads, I really don't know who she is, but she
Mm-hmm.
basically was like, it's impossible to regulate this industry
Mm-hmm.
because you can't control what is going on inside people's houses. You
Yeah.
can control what content they put up,
Right.
eventually, but you can't control what they're doing in their house. So you can't make sure that they're eating, when they should be eating or going to school. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
kids on there had mentioned that Piper, they don't even know the last time she went to
She
school.
didn't, yeah, her mom didn't put her to school. She thought it was more important for her to learn how to socialize. And like, she can learn that in school with kids that are her age appropriate, not like socialize with adults. Like, I was shook by that. Shook.
Same. Like I couldn't believe it. And then on top of that, I can't believe how much money they make.
Oh, yeah. When they were
He
talking about
was
the revenue,
making
I was like, per month?
600,000 a month.
Per month? Yes.
Like if you're not putting that all in stocks right now while they're down, what are you doing?
Please, you're gonna say that, and my sister's gonna text me. She's already getting on me on that one, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's truly. And then they had some stat that said like, you don't know, obviously they can't regulate or they can't see who's actually watching these videos, but the stat was like 90% of the people watching them are men, which I just like can't imagine knowing that stat and then still putting my kid on YouTube. And the mom was like having the, what did they say? She was like making the thumbnails, making them more sexualized. So like telling the person that was making them, make them look sexier, make their boobs look like great. My mouth was open on the floor,
Agape.
watching it.
Mouth agape. Like, what in the world is this industry? I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
I thought like these children have more followers than like the Bachelor cast, you know, like all of these people that are broadcast throughout the entire US. You can get it, you know, like you can stream it everywhere. These kids have significantly more followers than these people do. Like and they're children. They're children.
I think it was like 12, 13, and 14. I don't think anyone was older than that, which it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, each their own on what you're going to do with your kid. But after watching that, I can't imagine being like, let's try to be a kidfluencer so then I can do better financially. No, go be a kid, go be in school. And also, now you still have your innocence because all of those kids, their innocence is completely gone. It's crazy.
And on top of that, not only their innocence gone, but every single part of their life is online forever.
Forever.
And that's just like also the worst part.
Well, that was a good part. I mean, that was a part of the week that I wasn't expecting to like dive into and then also be obsessed with. Like, I just binged it. I still have one more episode. I also binged The Pit, but that's a whole nother episode or a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So I know we're a mom podcast, but the next episode is going to be strictly about The Pit.
Watch us get way more views on that one, but it's fine.
Yeah, right. But yeah, love The Pit. Anyway, we can't go there. We'll go there a different time. So let's get into some of the baby gear. I think that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
I am very excited to talk about this because you never get to talk about baby gear without feeling like you're trying to like influence your friend and then and then you're like, well, I'm so sorry. Like, you don't have to get it or don't feel like you have to get it. And so now I'm really excited to talk about it because no one's really asking me. And so I get to say my actual opinions on all this stuff.
Yes, I do feel like every time, like when I was pregnant with Naya, I would ask and you're like, I love this, but you know, you don't have to get it. It is at this price point, but you don't have to get it. But I highly recommend it, but you don't.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't like, please don't feel like I'm making you get it or you just don't get it.
Never mind. Actually, unsend message.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's dig into it. I'm super excited about it too. So, I mean, you were talking about bottles already, so we might as well just jump on in.
Let's start with bottles. So with Able, I actually did all the Avent bottles. And I had plastic ones for a while and I switched everything to glass. Which I think glass should be on your like yes list. In this world of microplastics, not to get crunchy, but in the world of microplastics, maybe just try one glass bottle instead of the plastic one.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I also, with Naya, we used the Avent glass bottles as well. But in my career, all of the speech therapists that I worked with, they all used Dr. Brown. So that was on my registry. That's what we had. But I don't know. I was like Dr. Brown all the way. and it was a glass one as well, but she just was not, it was just flowing. I don't know. So I was
That's
like, let's just try
that's
the
why
Avent.
I didn't use Dr. Brown, because you turn it upside down and it just is like the fastest flow
Right.
that I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. They should be having some sort of effort to get the milk out. So
Right.
that's another reason why I didn't like Dr.
Yeah,
Brown.
same. And the Avent, you flip it upside down and nothing comes out. So we use that one. We did just change the nipple, and I should have wrote this down, but I forgot it. I think it's Ergo. Did just switch out the nipple though for the Avent bottle. I switched it to the even flow nipple because it's supposed to be a better replication of like the actual nipple. So we've been trying that, and she's had no problem with that. That's been my go-to bottle. I don't know. I'm sure my SLP friends that are listening are either going to have advice on why she's not, why is it flowing out? They're going to be like, okay, really? And then be like, why am I using an Avent bottle after 5 years of experience using Dr. Brown? But it's fine. Yell at me
And
later.
everybody listening, SLP is speech language pathologist. All right. On the note of bottles, let's talk about bottle washer slash sanitizer slash dryer. I'd like to say that if you have a dishwasher, then maybe you don't need a bottle washer slash sanitizer slash dryer. But I also would like to say that I like to buy in excess. So I have quite a lot of bottles with Able, at least. Obviously, Sequoia, we're not there. But so that way I didn't have to wash a bunch of bottles during the day. And I would just put it in the cycle of dishes at night. So I kind of think like it might be on the nice to have type list for people, but I don't think it's necessary. But all that said, I do have a nice UV sanitizer right now.
Okay.
It's so necessary. My mom bought it for me. It's so
The UV
unnecessary.
sanitizer?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
okay.
way, because we had a sanitizer last time that had you put the water in the bottom and it did like all the, the
Yeah, that's
moisture
what we
there.
have.
Yeah, one of those. And I just didn't like that everything was plastic. I was just like, I don't want it all to be plastic. So like you're heating up and you're heating up the water in the plastic and then you're drying in the plastic. And I just was like, you shouldn't be putting all this plastic. I'm going through all this effort to do glass bottles and now
Yeah.
I have plastic sanitizer. So I have a UV one and it works really cool. You can put your phone in it to like sanitize your phone too. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
love
big.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed, honestly. I love that. We have the Philips Avent sanitizer and I like it, but like you actually bringing the attention to like all of the hot water and the plastic when we have glass bottles is very loud in my brain right now.
Sorry.
So now I'm like, maybe I need to go. My husband's gonna love that Amazon order. But what I don't like is that we didn't get the dryer with it. I've just added I didn't even know that was an option. It's like the newer one. So we just have the regular sanitizer. So we still have to take the bottles out and we still put it out to dry, which I just hate having an additional item on my kitchen counter because I just like to not have things on my counter. But so that's kind of just like another step that we have to do. I would love to just be done after that, but I do use it every single day because I pump at least once a day. So I am throwing my pump parts in there every day, and my pump parts are plastic. So now this is all just like I'm spiraling now. I'm spiraling.
Well, they didn't have it with Able, at least that I could find, but they do have like silicone or pump parts now. So you might have to switch to that
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't know. I have
want.
to
I mean,
see.
obviously,
It's
we
like the
all
silicone part of it's silicone, like the part that goes on your boob, and then the
Mhm.
cup is plastic that the milk goes into, which is huge because my milk is going in there. Oh
Mhm.
man.
Yep. I haven't found a good way around that one yet. That one
Yeah.
I just let it go into the plastic and then I just switch it to
Mm.
the other one, to the glass bottles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into that one a little bit, but we won't do that today.
Well, since we were talking about pump parts, let's talk about pumps. There's so many out there
There's
now.
so many. There's probably like 5 other that we didn't even talk about. Yeah, I'll just jump in on that. I have the Spectra, the blue one, S2
The
maybe.
S2.
And then I also have the baby Buddha. So one of my friends actually gave me the Spectra because she never used it. And so she was like, here, you can just have it. But then my insurance paid for me to have one. So I did the baby Buddha because it's portable.
Hmm.
And I haven't even used my Spectra. I love my baby Buddha so much. I just put that thing on a lanyard, put it around my neck, and I ended up ordering the wearable cups because I just don't do well with the flanges hanging out and like doing all the things. It's just didn't
I
work
also
for me.
like watching my nipples go in and out. Like I don't need to
That
see all
too.
that. Like Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't I think I had pumped for maybe 2 weeks with the regular ones and I was like, nope. I had pumped for 2 weeks and then I pumped on the go and I pumped on the go one time with the regular flanges and I was like, nope, this isn't for
Yeah.
me. Ordered
Yeah.
wearable cups that day. And
Mhm.
that's what I've been using. Some people say you might get different output with the wearable cups. I haven't had that experience. I feel like I actually get more with mine. Maybe because
Okay.
I can like put them on. They're not moving around. I don't know, but I love mine. I mean, love. Can you really love your nipples getting
Right.
pumped? But you know what
Love
I mean.
pumps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I also have the Spectra. I loved it. I use it all the time with Able. It was great. And then halfway through my pump journey with Able, I got the Pumpables, which is a wearable pump as
Mm.
well. And I really liked that one as well. It was kind of the same thing. At the time, I knew how much that I would get with a hospital grade pump.
Mm.
And so it made it really easy to know when I put on the pumpables if I was getting like a similar output or worse. And it was, I would say I probably got like an ounce or two less, but it was
Okay.
still great. So like to me, I was an oversupplier, so it didn't matter to me if it was like an ounce or two or not. Um, so I guess I would say if you are not an oversupplier, if you're a just enougher, which I am currently now,
Yeah.
maybe stick to one that you know gives you the best output. For me at the time, I was like, this is perfect. I don't need all this milk in my boobs. So hopefully it just teaches my body to like do less anyway.
Yeah.
And then I also had the Willow.
Mm.
I think it's Willow 360. It's the one that you can put in and it's not, it's pretty bulky.
Yeah.
Hated, hated it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like as somebody that at the time was an oversupplier
Mhm.
could pump, I swear in like a setting, I could probably pump like 15 ounces every
Mm.
time. Like it was so much.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. It was insane. Um, yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
lot.
It's so much. It's so unnecessary. And like I know like people on their breastfeeding journey, when they don't get a lot, it's frustrating. But
Yeah.
man, getting too much was also frustrating. Like I
Yeah.
just was like, I don't need all this milk. My son is not eating all of this. And it was just my boobs were uncomfortable. I was engorged all the time.
Mm.
Luckily I never got mastitis, but
Okay. I was gonna ask that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
funny.
it
The
was
Willow is always like, isn't that one of like the popular ones people always
yeah.
talk about? Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it because I would wear it for like 10 minutes and I would have like 2 ounces. And I was just like, and you can't see how much is in there. And it like the app will tell you, like, this is how much is in there. And it was wrong all the time.
Mm.
And I'm going to say this was 2 years ago. Maybe they've updated, whatever, but I'm
Valid.
not going back. I still
Valid.
have it though. I should probably sell it.
Yeah. Valid.
Yeah.
That's shocking because it's like one of the more expensive ones, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Hmm. I'll
Mhm.
just stick with my baby Buddha. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
love the oh my gosh, I can't word finding problems again. The chords and all the things. I wish that wasn't a thing. But
Mhm. Yeah. And that's the good thing about like the Willow. It's like there's no cords. It's
yeah.
strictly, which is really nice. But at that time, I mean, the wearable one or like what do they call this? The portable ones. I
Mm.
think that they're the best. Like they have a really good suction, and even though that you have all the cords, it's still you're not
Right.
attached to the wall. You can get
Yes.
up and move around. Yeah,
Yeah. It definitely makes life a little bit easier. A
mm.
little bit easier. Yes.
A tiny bit.
Well, kind of jumping into like pumps and like breastfeeding and all that stuff. Some of the baby gear that I really appreciate, like breastfeeding in the middle of the night, is my hatch. So white noise is great for her. And then I have the red light for her as well. But then it's also, I can change the light in the middle of the night. And then I have a little egg that I can double tap. And so it's either really bright or it's really lower. So it's not too bright. So I use that every single night when I'm breastfeeding, just so I don't like shock her when I wake up. So those are two things that have helped me. I mean, helped her with like falling asleep, staying asleep, so all of the sleep things, but also just middle of the night breastfeeding things. What have you been using?
I have a love-hate with the Hatch. Um,
Oh.
it so I get really frustrated with these products that are requiring subscriptions with everything.
Oh yeah.
And I know the Hatch doesn't necessarily require subscriptions for some things, but you are a white noise and nightlight. Why is there a subscription at all?
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense to me. So my apologies, Hatch. I am going to say no. Although
Oh.
I use it every day with Able, but
Yeah.
it's only because I have it.
Yeah.
And if I had to go back, I would just get something that had white noise that I could turn
Mm.
on with a button and not with my phone. Like, I don't want to program anything at all on my phone. I want to be able to
Mhm.
just turn it on with the button and that's it. And it, to me, it was fine because I mean, I really like technology. I'm like, yeah, you can do it
Mhm.
on your phone. But the moment that someone comes over that has to watch your kid and put your kid to bed, you have to explain not only the process of putting them to bed, but now you have to explain the Hatch to them and how to
Mhm.
utilize that. Or if they're like, when I gave birth to Sequoia, in Abel's room, the Hatch is automatic. It like is on a routine, but in the morning you have to turn it off, so it doesn't automatically turn off.
Mhm.
And so it'll turn on at 7:30. It goes through like
Mhm.
a little lullaby, and then it switches to white noise throughout the whole night.
Mhm.
And it just was on all the time because my parents didn't know how to turn it off.
That's my husband doesn't turn it off.
And so I'm just like, these are just things where it's like, if it was just a button that you just
Yeah.
press, not like the little silver thing where you just glide your hand, a button you
Yes.
press to turn it on and off. Anyway, sorry, I didn't realize this was for me
No,
going to be
it's fine.
a Hatch hating, but I
It's
hate
totally
Hatch.
fine. They're not gonna sponsor us now, but
Right.
that's okay. Uh, no, I hear you on that. I love it in the sense of I like that I can like modify the things on my phone because I think it would be annoying to like sit and do it. But I only
Yeah.
use two colors. I only use red at night and then amber during her like naps. Well, we're not gonna dig into that, but not even gonna jump
She's
into
talking
that.
about how she has to go hide in her closet now because it's the darkest place in her house because her kid will not go to sleep.
She wants to, she's in her exploring. So she wants to, like, she lays her head down, pops back up to look around the room. So now I have to get her down literally in the closet. It's fine. It's totally fine. But going back into like not knowing how to turn it off, my husband just leaves it on. He's literally just like, because you have to like tap it and do all the things, and he just leaves it on. He's just like, I'm not dealing with that thing. I'm like, that's fair. But I like that it has, I like the Hatch Mini too, because we take that with us everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's on her like car seat. It's in our, like, we'll bring it in my bag. And so I do really like that too. There's no light to it or
Actually,
anything, but
I don't have one of those and I need one.
yeah.
Because I use my phone and then like when I'm out, I don't have my phone because it's like
Mm,
playing white noise. And
yeah.
so I need one of those very badly. I didn't see the use case for it with Able, but now totally with Sequoia, I see.
Yes. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Talking about subscriptions, one of the things though, I do love it, but I also didn't understand what I would pay extra for because it's already $300 item. Was the Owlet? It has a subscription, doesn't it?
You pay a subscription for it?
No, I don't. I
Oh,
do
okay.
not. But they
And
asked me to.
it asked me to, but
And I
no.
said, I
You're
mean,
doing what I
even the
asked you
Hatch,
to
I forgot that they have a subscription because I think I just slide right past that question. But like the Owlet, you are already a $300 item. Granted, it is for my baby's life. But to then ask me for a subscription, I was like, are you kidding? But I will say, I had a lot of anxiety, and Tempest knows this because I had to text her about it. I had a lot of anxiety about sleep. And so I was getting up multiple times, more than I already was, to check to make sure that Naya was breathing. So I just pulled the plug and got the Owlet, and I love it. In the middle of the night, it's great. I just feel so much at ease. What I hate about it is if I am rocking her, it will beep at me and she'll be
Yeah.
like halfway asleep, and then it'll beep and be like undetectable. It can't read. And then you have to go over and turn it off. So I hate that. I get it because they need to let you know, like, hey, something's off. But I'm like, there has to be another way for you to tell me that. There has to be. There has to be. Um,
Exactly. Like
so
one,
it's
maybe
like
like
a love hate.
only on the app or something. I don't know, something that doesn't make the sound in the room.
Yes, with the child that I'm most likely, as you can tell, probably putting to sleep. Now her
Yeah.
eyes are open, looking at the little colorful ring. So I have a love-hate relationship with it. Love it's calmed my anxiety, hate it during nap time. Because
Yeah.
it just, yeah. And Nick is the same way. Nick is like, earlier today, he was like, I tried to put her down 2 times and it woke her up both times because of the beeping. I'm
Oh,
like,
that would make me so mad.
yes.
Oh
He's
man.
like, two
I
times in a
actually
row. But
I have a similar thing that happens. So I have the Snoo, which we can talk about next. But I had the Snoo, oh my God, when it rocks the baby when she's making noise and crying just to rock them back to sleep. If it's going too fast, that's when the Owlet will go off. And I'm like, we're trying to get her back to sleep. We're not trying to wake her up. Can you please? And then like if it rocks too much for too long, it'll just keep going every minute. So like every minute on the app, I'm like, off, off, off. Like, please stop. She's fine. I see her. We're trying to get her back to sleep. So, Owlet, we love your product, but please fix that part. Maybe just let
yes.
have like 5 minutes where we know, let me fix it for 5 minutes and then like go back to where
Yes.
yeah.
Literally think it snoozes for like 30 seconds and it's like, babe, babe. And I'm like, ma'am, please
It's like
give
not
me some
long enough.
break.
Even like when I'm trying to put it on her, I'm like, I need to make sure I'm putting it on her right now. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's gonna
It's
go
yelling at me. I know. I'm like heavy breathing, putting this thing on.
exactly.
It's fine.
Yes, but segue into the Snoo.
Mm-hmm.
I call the Snoo my third caregiver in the house. She does not have a name, or he did. Well, it's probably a she. She doesn't have a name, but she is a loving part of this family. Love her so much. So
You
it's the
said that
same.
with so much like compassion. Like,
Oh, I'm telling you, if she was like an AI robot, like come alive. We love you.
okay, you haven't seen Smart
We'll
House?
feed you dinner.
I know you've seen Smart House before. Please stop.
Yes. Yes, but exactly like that, you know. She can think that she's Sequoia's mom. That's fine with me. You know what? You're doing a lot of work.
You're like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, if you are.
So anyway, all of that to say, I love this Snoo. It worked really well with Abel. It worked really well with Sequoia. I know a lot of people that say it does not work well with their kids because they don't like to be swaddled. So sorry for you because it's great in my family. Like I love it so so much, and it really another part of the like anxiety with the sleeping. It straps the kid in, and
Mm,
so they can't roll. And so
mm,
you can keep them swaddled for longer, which a lot of kids, if they do like being swaddled, they sleep better swaddled. So you're allowed to keep them swaddled for longer,
yeah.
like longer duration. So like instead of
Mm-hmm.
like taking them out in 3 months, you can take them out in 5 months if
Yeah.
you want. And so that's really nice too. And it was a gift from my parents, but they got it for Abel and we kept it. So even though it's very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
we're getting a year's worth of use out of it instead of most people, they'll get like 5 months. And then it still has a great resale value. So I think most people purchase them for like 600 or 700 on like Facebook Marketplace. So I just think it is so, so worth the money if you can swing it. And even if you can't swing it, they have a rent and then you could do $99 a month.
Oh, I did not know that.
You can rent it
Wow.
for 99
Okay.
a month and you can then just give it back, which is really nice.
Wait, but did you hear about the Snoo drama on TikTok?
Oh, what did they do? Oh no. Are they Republicans?
Probably, but no, apparently they gave a Snoo to an influencer and they gifted it to her as long as she, talked about their product and like, did all the things that influencers do. And her baby, trigger warning, her baby did not make it. So they messaged her and asked for her to send them their Snoo back.
Oh wait, not in the Snoo. Oh my God, they didn't make it in the
Oh
womb.
no, trigger warning in the womb.
Okay.
Yes, not in
Okay.
the Snoo. Not to make your heart
I
have
was like, wait,
palpitations.
what? No.
No, didn't make it. So
um,
she never used it. And so they messaged her. She had messaged them letting them know, like, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. I won't be able to use it because this is what happened. But, and they asked her, they sent her like 5 or 6 emails asking her to like, when are you going to send us this item back? Like that's the first thing on her mind.
wow. Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's terrible. Like
Yeah.
Snoo, call it a loss. Jesus.
Call it a loss. And also like it's a tax deduction for you to give that away, honestly. Like, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Snoo drama. But I
Oh,
don't have anything, I don't use it. So I can't really say yes or no.
yeah.
We use the pack and play for a bassinet. So I did not want to buy a bassinet and spend a
Mm-mm.
lot of money on it to then put it in a corner after like 4 months.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get something for her that she could grow with. So we
Mm.
have the Four Moms pack and play or play yard, I think is what they call it. And so it comes with the regular pack and play bottom, it has the bassinet, and then it has the changing table. So
Yeah. Okay.
we love that just because once she's done with the bassinet, we'll just use the pack and play. So we're still getting our money's worth out of it. And then we love the changing table part of it when we were still changing at night. Now that we're not doing that, we don't really use it as often, but we did use it a lot because we didn't really know better not to do that. But yeah, so that's
Mhm.
what we use. And we would 100% say like that's a good option if you like don't want, if you're trying to like focus on money and you don't want, you kind of want to spend it all at once and one thing versus like multiple things and have it grow with your child. That's a good option. So we love ours. And it's one of the ones that's really easy to put away and put it back down. So I think you just like pull up on it and it comes all back together again. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And like you get so much use out of a pack and play in the first year. So
Yeah.
being able to have both the changing table, bassinet, pack and play all in one. We love an all in one.
We love an all-in-one. It's unless it's your shampoo.
Unless it's your body wash, shampoo, shaving cream,
Body wash, shampoo,
face wash.
conditioner. Shout out to my husband the first time I hung out with
Seriously.
him. Not first time I hung out with him, but y'all know what I mean.
Whose house are you going to when you first hung out with them? Who are you talking
I
about?
was like, do you have a 3-in-1 in your shower? Because, honey, we don't use those anymore.
Yeah. All right, let's switch from sleep stuff. Let's go into like strollers
Mm-hmm.
and attachments, all of that. So, the bane of my existence is finding a stroller
Mm.
and a stroller that really makes sense. I now have two kids, so I had to find a double stroller. I really, really didn't want to do that. And I eventually did. I don't use it enough to say yes or no, so I'm not even going to mention the brand. But for Sequoia, I have the Doona, which is another kind of another like Snoo type thing where you don't really get extended use out of it,
Mm.
but very convenient when you do have it. So I have the Doona, and it turns, for people that don't know, it turns into a car seat and
Mm-hmm.
into a stroller.
Mm-hmm.
And it is really lightweight, super tiny. It does not have any like, it doesn't have like a basket underneath or anything like that. So it really is, it is just a stroller and just a car seat. But it is so nice. It is so, so nice where like you can just keep if you're like trying to, go into the store for something, like you just keep them all in one. You don't have to worry about it. And it's super light to get them back into the car.
Mm.
Super nice. Love that.
Love that.
But yeah, in this new world where I was trying to find a double stroller, I read that well, I actually knew this, but I didn't think about it with the Doona. But I read that you're not supposed to keep the child in a car seat for more than 2
2
hours.
hours.
So,
Yeah.
like, going on walks with the Doona is likely not ideal because
Mm-hmm.
they're in a stroller, or they're in the car seat because it's a stroller.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you should have some sort of other attachment. So now I have a bassinet attachment
Mm.
stroller, and I like it.
You
I
like
didn't
it?
think I would like it because I would think that she wouldn't go to sleep because her moral reflex, which is the startle reflex that keeps babies awake, her moral reflex would just keep waking her up. But it didn't. She eventually just kind of calmed down and went to sleep, and or just hung out and looked at the sky or my face, who knows. So that was really nice.
Who knows? I love that. I've seen a lot of moms. We didn't get one with a bassinet attachment. I kind of regret doing that. We had the Nuna. I forget. I think the Tabo, and it's a travel system. So I wanted to make sure it was easy to like get her out of the car seat, like put the car seat in and then put in the stroller. However, then my OT brain started going, and now we don't really use it that much because I am scared of plagiocephalus. I'm scared of her having a flat head on the back or on the side and all the things. And the longer they're obviously on the back of their head, the more. So at first we used it a lot when she was like very little because she was too small for the carrier. So we used it a lot and it was really, really helpful to just put her in, put her out, put her in, put her out. Now when we go on walks, she's in the carrier and she's not in the stroller as much. But I would still say it was a good buy. I wouldn't have not gotten it. I probably just would have gotten a different one that came with the bassinet attachment for when she was like fresh, newborn, and like had really, really poor head control. So that's my 2 cents on that. So don't hate it. Don't like love it just because my brain is constantly thinking on if she's gonna have a flat head or not. But
Right.
yeah, that's where I'm
Yeah.
at.
I have the Nuna Travel, TRVL. I don't know if
Mhm.
they, I don't know if you spell it out or if you say it, but the Nuna Travel, it is the best stroller in my opinion. I just like everything to be super small and lightweight.
Mhm.
When I became a mom with Abel, I very much was like, I'm like Tempestt with a child, not just a mom. So I want to make sure that like my life isn't just child. Anyway,
Fair.
that was like, long time ago. But so I decided that I wanted a stroller that was small, compact, so it didn't take up like my living room when I had to put it away, or it wasn't a bunch of effort to get in and out of my car. And I wanted a one-handed close that did it by itself. Like that was,
Mhm.
I don't want it to be hard to open and close this thing. And the Nuna Travel does it. It's so
Yeah.
great. We have used it, I don't know, over a year, probably a year and a half now.
Mhm.
It's so great. I love it so much. But now I had to get a double stroller. So
Damn.
I miss it because now I am literally driving a bus. So
I will
just
say the
trying to go
Nuna
to
is
walk and it's a
smooth
bus.
and not bus-like at all. So that has been nice. And I would do my nice mom walks around the neighborhood with my stroller and all the things. And the Nuna it's smooth. So Nuna, you can sponsor us because
We
we
love
are
you, Nuna.
pro Nuna.
Yes.
But
Um, and so you talked a little bit about having carriers.
yes.
Which carrier do you use?
So we have the Ergo Baby carrier, the Omni 360. And we love that one. I also was like, so people had told me, a couple people were like, oh, that's a great carrier for out of the house. You should get like a softer one for in the house because it's just like nicer, it's more comfortable, blah, blah, blah. So I got the Mom Cozy like wrap, the one that wraps. I hate it. I literally don't ever use it. I always use my Ergo Baby one. It's just the Ergo Baby, I can just easily, it's already like clipped the way I like it, and I can just hop her in a lot quicker. The
Yep.
Mom Cozy, she just gets so frustrated like as I am doing it all that I'm like, forget it. Let me just go get my Ergo Baby one. So I bought the Mom Cozy one early on, and I think we've used it 2 times, and it's just in a drawer. So waste of like $40, but it is what it is. So I don't know, but you use the wrap one pretty often, don't
Yes.
you?
Not as often. Well, actually I did use it a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I guess I use a hard shell and a soft one, both.
Okay.
So I have the Ergo Baby 360 as well. We use that with Abel all the time and
Mhm.
think it's like one. But he also like hated being put down. So it was either that or you're holding him. So might as well have him in a carrier.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's my favorite.
Mhm.
It is not very cute. I
It's
wish it was
not.
cuter. But it's not very cute, but it is super functional, super comfortable. I never get that tired with him, even when he got super heavy. I think he ended up being like 20 some pounds
Mm.
by the time that we were finished using it with him. And it was great. And we have the Sully wrap. Um,
Mm.
and that I love as well. I love it, but I think that it is more because it doesn't have places for it to buckle and like strap to you. You're kind of like in charge of all of the weight, and so
Yeah.
I think it's better for younger kids that are
Okay.
probably under 10, maybe under 15 pounds, I guess, depending on how strong you are. But I love it because when they're newborn, it keeps them real close to you, and it's super
Mm.
nice. But
Yeah. Oh,
um,
the
but
feels.
yeah, yeah. But it definitely, if I had to choose one, it would be the hard shell Ergo Baby for
Yeah.
sure.
Agreed. And I would say this is just like very random with it is so we got a lot of black. Like we got a black Nuna stroller and we got a black carrier. Um And I wish I wouldn't have done that because you can see way more on it. In my head, I was like, oh, you won't be able to see as much on it. But I wish you would have gotten like a beige or like a lighter color one, just because like you can see like any type of like spit up mark, like anything you can see on it. It just is so, I don't know. I think I thought it would be the opposite. So that would be something I would keep in mind when you're looking at baby gear. It's like maybe it's the kind of the opposite. I don't know if you have that experience, but mine always looks filthy no matter how much I clean it.
Yeah, so we actually have green everything. I think at the time I knew Adam's favorite color was green, and I know that like I was trying to be like gender neutral and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get green. And then I think I kept having that same thought process every time I bought something. So
Yeah.
everything is like a sage green for
Yeah.
us. And it does not show up actually.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think everything is dirty. Actually, anyway, I should probably wash the Ergo. Don't know the last time I did that. So anyway.
Love how the show is just making us think about things. We're actually
Right.
just spiraling on this.
Exactly. All right. I think maybe lastly, when we want to talk about maybe the Lovevery for toys, because I know we both use Lovevery, so toys in general, but it's probably just be a Lovevery talk.
Yes. Lovevery. So I know that you do the like monthly, I almost said prescription.
Yeah.
Bless me, guys. The monthly subscription. Okay. I just have the play mat, the play gym, and we love it. Do I think that everyone needs to have this $100 and something play gym? Like, no. I think you'd be fine without it. I love it. My Naya loves it. She loves the little dots on the top. We love that it comes with a little developmental book that tells you like what you can do at what month, et cetera, et cetera. And all of the like cards that it came with. I am very much more of a Montessori mom, I feel like. So we're not going to be lights and music and doing all the things at one time. Very much wanting her to use her imagination and do a lot more pretend play as she grows up. And Lovevery is very much in that realm. So we definitely will be more of a Lovevery toy household. We haven't gotten much yet, but it's on our to-do list, but definitely love our play gym. And I like that you can take the top off, put it back on, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a good one. It's definitely a yes for us.
Yeah. In regards to toys in general, I don't think you need much, just so everybody knows. I don't think you need much in the first 3 months. I think if you have zero money, just get some high contrast cards and call it a day, because that's all they're going to pay you.
Yep.
And that's it. But if you do have a little money trying to, find something that's fun and useful for both of you guys, I certainly would recommend Lovevery, the playmat as well as the subscription. I think the subscription is great because exactly how you just described, there's a book that like comes with how you play and how you do everything. When I was a brand new mom, I certainly had no idea how to play with kids. I was the youngest in my family. We moved around a lot, so we weren't run around cousins and anything. So I was just the youngest. So I never around little babies. So I had no idea how to do anything with them. So it was so helpful with the Lovevery to like actually teach you how to play and show you. They even have like an app that like will show you some things. It is really, really nice. And not necessarily a Montessori mom, but I do appreciate how well everything Lovevery is. So like it is wooden and there's no harsh chemicals, there's no really ugly colors, yellow, red, blue that is put together all the time. They use like the bright colors, but they're more like a muted of those colors that kind of go together better in my brain. Where I'm like, okay, there's not so many bright colors here. And so we have the subscription still for Abel. So we get it every 3 months since Abel's been born. He loves all of them every single time. We literally could probably get rid of all the toys except for the Lovevery, and he still is playing with these toys.
Let me just state that Abel, being an OT, if I could put Abel in a book of like, this is how you have imaginative play and pretend play and like be able to play without all of the things, Abel would be that example because that kid He has great play skills. It makes my OT heart so happy. Is it Lovevery? Probably, I don't know, but probably not. But I mean, it just shows that like you don't really need all of the bells and whistles to like
Yeah.
make your kid play. Well, they learn how to play with with those wooden toys and things like that.
Exactly. And one good thing too is because Lovevery is so expensive, there also is a reseller market of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to either purchase new and then sell them, you'll make some money back, or you can purchase on Facebook Marketplace. You can purchase them used and then also sell them again. Because that's what I did with the playmat. I bought, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like almost $200. And I bought it for like $70. And it brand new to me. It's everything is washable, so
Yeah.
really nice. I just love every sponsor me, sponsor us,
So
because
please, we love
it would be
you.
nice if I didn't have to buy everything because it's not cheap. I'm not even gonna lie.
No.
It's certainly not cheap. It is one of the most expensive toys that I
Mm-hmm.
purchased. But like I said, they're still out and he still plays with them. So
Yes, I love
yeah.
that. Are there any like no's that we didn't get to that you want to like help people just be like, don't even waste your time?
I feel so strongly that you do not need a diaper pail. Put those nasty diapers in the trash can.
No, we're the opposite. We are the opposite. We have a diaper pail, and it is the best thing because I do not want to walk all the way to the kitchen every single time. I just want to get rid of that thing. So I pop it in the trash can and make Nick take the trash out. And we close that thing and it's in her room. So it shows you how moms are very different.
So I'm actually gonna try and de-influence you for these diapers.
You
So
did already. I already have to go buy a UV freaking sanitizer, okay?
so I was watching, which I get granted I did not do this myself, but I was watching a TikTok of a guy that had a diaper pail in his kid's bedroom, which Abel did as well, and he
Cover your
did a
ears.
he did an air quality test with the
Stop it
diaper in
right
there, and it
now.
is disgusting. It's
Please,
disgusting how
no.
bad it is. Like and then I mean, I just because for me, we would walk into the room and we could smell like, oh, there's old diapers in here. It wasn't like disgustingly bad, but it just was like this air's not fresh. You know what I mean? Like it was like not great. And so we eventually moved the diaper pail into it out of the room, like right outside the door, so that way it wasn't in his room anymore. But it's still like in the air. So we're just we do
Oh,
every diaper
goodness.
can go in a diaper pail ish or trash can that's close to him, but poop straight in the trash can because we take that out all the time.
You're costing me money, honestly, at this point.
See, this is
Now I
why
have
I'm
to go buy
excited
an
about
air quality beeper.
If anybody has made it this far in the podcast, I'm just letting you know this was my favorite because I love talking about things that make me happy or mad.
I will say my no is Pampers, diapers, because Tempestt knows. Naya has only had blowouts in Pampers diapers. You know how many? So we did the whole diaper raffle thing, and it was great. Like because we were able to try a whole bunch of different diapers, but we got a crap load of Pampers, and we're like, these must be great diapers. Listen, literally every single blowout, and she pooped in a whole bunch of other diapers, big poops. But they were the only ones that would always come out in a nice white colored onesie. So we just did a diaper exchange at Target. We still have to go to Walmart because they also do one. So if you do not know that, if you do the diaper raffle and you try out some diapers, you can take them back as long as the store has the same brand and has to be in the same size and the same amount. You can take them back or you can exchange sizes. So we're taking them back. We have like 9 boxes of Pampers, and I'm like, they gotta go. We're not absolutely no. So just they didn't work for us. Tempest has the opposite experience again.
Literally, I love Pampers. I love them. We used Pampers so long with Abel, and then we're currently using them. But don't get me wrong, I feel like we've got blowouts with every single one of Sequoia's types of diapers. Any type we tried, we had a blowout with her. And we sized up too, and I still was
Mhm.
like, we'll just wash these. I don't know. I gave up. She broke me. I gave up. Like, you know what? We'll just have a blowout every now and then.
No, it wasn't every now and then. That was the problem. It was every single day she had a pamper on. Pee, poop, all of it. And I was like, we were going through like 3 onesies a day. I was like, nope. Even Nick, and Nick is like the most chill person. He was like, these are terrible. Like, we had to go. So Pampers, you're probably not going to sponsor me now, but I 0 out of 10 recommend.
You can sponsor half of us because I'm not going to give it no diaper gets a 10. You can get it. You get 8 though. I like Pampers.
I would give that to like Honest. I like Honest. I feel like Millie Moon. Do we like Pampers? No. And then one other one I want to just bring up just because I loved it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of random. And no one had talked about this to us. We actually saw it on TikTok. It's called the Newbie mat. Nuby. So it's a reversible mat. And it's like really nice for like spills, dirt, anything. You can easily clean it up. But we use it a lot outside because we're in Florida. So we do a lot of outside time. So we like put a sheet down, but then we'll put the mat. And it's been really nice to bring in and out of the house to do tummy time on. So when we do our playpen, our plan is to get another one, put that in the playpen, and then have an outside one. But it's just been a really nice, like easy thing to just kind of use to get some like to be in different areas of your home without having to take your play gym out there, which is like a cloth material. So just wanted to kind of plug that one in there as a, don't need it, but it's been really nice to have.
Yeah, I love that. I've never heard of that, so I'll look into it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's go into our unsolicited advice segment. This is also from the New Parents Reddit. And the question is, I have had a problem doing my baby's finger and toenails since they were born. Anytime I ask a woman in my family how they did it, they almost always respond with, I just bite their nails off, LOL. I figure that was pretty common since I almost never see posts mentioning nail care. I never bit my baby's nails off, but I've definitely thought about it when I'm struggling to file them down. Well, today, at 8 months old exactly, I was able to successfully clip their toenails with clippers, and I filed the fingernails down. I just wanted to make a post letting parents know you're badass for doing these nails, and I hope you have a great day. This is very funny. I actually have a lot of thoughts.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, go ahead, share them.
First, ew, why are you biting your baby's nails?
Gross me out.
I don't bite my own nails though, and I never have. So I've always thought it was like not like really unsanitary. So anyway, that's really funny to me that her whole family is apparently biting their baby's nails. And secondly, I hate fingernail clippers and nail files with babies and toddlers. It does not get any easier, I swear.
Oh no.
It is just, at least with Abel, man, he has hated it since he was born. I think maybe the last 3-ish months or so, we've been able to successfully clip his fingernails. I used to just walk in to his room when he was sleeping to clip his nails because I just couldn't do it. They would get so long. He just hated it so much. With Sequoia, we use a nail file, like I don't know, this one is like automatic. Oh my God.
Like the Frida baby one?
Yeah, but not that. I don't
the electronic one?
That's weird. Okay. We use an electronic nail file, and that works super great. Love those. If you don't have that, I would recommend that over fingernail clipping because you're not going to hurt your baby's fingernails or accidentally, clip their nail bed.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's how I feel about it. But yes,
I'm on the same page.
You're badass for doing anything nail related with kids because it is hard.
Yes. We started doing hers. We do have the electronic file, and we started doing hers like day 2 because they were like razor blades. And she was like, she doesn't care. And we were doing it when she was sleeping, so she would do like her little sleepy smiles. And she still like, it doesn't bother her. So, I mean, it could just honestly be her temperament, maybe because we started, I don't know, day 2. I don't even know. But I could not imagine trying to clip them though, because she will like, pull her hand back, and I can't imagine trying to clip them. And while she's doing that, no way. But the files, she chills. She lets us do it. I speak to her like she's getting her nails done at a salon, and we have like a little girls' day.
Little pamper trip.
Yeah, a little pamper. Fine, because those things hurt. I'm like, we need to file those things down. Right.
Okay, well, that's the end of this episode. If you stuck around this long, we really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you can. Our next episode is going to be going over some of the topics that you guys have suggested to us to talk about. And we'll see you then. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks for joining us on Two Moms, Too Much Coffee. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to leave us a review.